I promised myself that I would never ever allow myself to hit rock bottom before allowing the universe. So every day I train myself, consciously train myself to listen to the universe, to hear the universe, to align with the universe so that I don't have to hit rock bottom to hear what she has to say ever again. What I needed most when I started my business was clarity. What I lacked most was focus. And what is my business about? What am I about? What is my purpose in life? What motivates me in life is really the joy of seeing people succeed. The reason why I started my business because I was looking for freedom. And I love it when I help other people to find what they're looking for. Being able to write a book is a testament to myself that I am worth it. I can do something. I can still have an element of control. I can decide the kind of life I want to live. Don't shy away from not knowing what type of business you want to go into. Try different kind of business and stay with what resonates most with you.
Welcome, Alun. So lovely to have you here today and to learn a little bit more about you and your business.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vanessa, for having me today. Hi, everybody.
Hello. So let's get right into it. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. What is it that you do and what inspires you in life?
Hi, everyone. I am a business coach, and particularly a business consultant that work with small business owners and help them really strategize their business in order to achieve their income goals. So I particularly specialize in marketing, building strong processes, and also systems that help you to actually structure what you're doing in order to achieve a consistent five-figure business. But aside that, what motivates me in life is really the joy of seeing people succeed. The reason why I started my business because I was looking for freedom. And I love it when I help other people to find what they're looking for, whether it's freedom, whether it's happiness, joy, connection, whatever that is why you're starting your business, whatever it is, seeing you achieve that goal and seeing the fulfillment, the enthusiasm, the happiness people get by, fulfilling that goal, that really excites me. And I do that by helping you grow your business.
What would be your advice for someone who is just, let's say, thinking about it?
About
Thinking
what? About starting a
about
business.
starting their business. Yeah.
First of all, if you're thinking about starting a business, maybe, just maybe, your soul is guiding you towards something. I would say, first of all, tune into your spirit, tune into your soul, whether this is the right path for you. And if you're feeling a gentle nudge to go towards that, I would say explore it. Because if your soul is guiding you to start a business, then maybe there's something good in it. Now, discovering what business is right for you, that is something that took me a long time to discover. I always felt like I wanted to start a business, but the challenge for me was what business to get into, right? And to be honest with you, there is no magic formula. It's really what I did from my own experience is really trial and error. Try different things until you find something that works for you. And that is the truth. Even in anything in life, don't we just keep trying and finding something? And that is why when you were a child, you went to school, you had all this, you had a lot of curriculums. And then slowly as you grow up, you start narrowing down into things that you're more interested in. Whether you're more interested in science, you went towards that. Whether you're more interested in business, you went towards that. Whether you're more interested in art, you went towards that. But before that, you had a wide range of things you could choose from. And that is I would say, that is the journey of the soul. The soul surrounds itself with a lot of choices and then chooses what aligns most to them at any particular time. So I would say, even in your business, don't shy away from not knowing what type of business you want to go into. Try different kind of business and stay with what resonates most with you. I would say start from there.
What I'm hearing is follow your curiosity, follow your passion, and allow yourself to fail and go for it again.
Follow your desires. Yes. And most importantly, listen to people who inspire you, because just maybe if they're inspiring you, maybe what they're doing, you'll also like to be part of it, or it's something you want to do. So just like you said, listen to what inspires you, what wakes you up, listen to that.
Mm.
Mm.
Beautiful. Talking about what wakes you up and what inspires you, tell me a little bit more about this book that you have been writing that I just found out about.
Yes, so I've been working on my upcoming book for some time now. I think it's been, I don't know, 3 or 4 years in the making. I've been working on it, right? And it's called Beyond Limits, Daily Wisdom for a Fulfilling Life. And I wrote the book in one of the deepest low times in my life. And I wrote a book a long time ago, and I decided to push out the journal of the book before even the book. So the journal is out, and it's called Inspired Life Journal. And what it does, it has daily quotes and journaling to boost clarity and inner connection. Every day you have a quote, and you have questions to guide you, to kind of, you know, help you bring out your thought. What do you think of that quote? What does the quote say? For example, I'm opening up this, it's a bit blurry on my background. This is day 27, and it says, stay present. And the quote today is from the Buddha that says, each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters the most.
Mm.
Right? And at the bottom of the page, there is a question that says, what does this statement mean to you? So with that, you take your pen and your paper and you write it down. You write what comes to you for that day. And there's a date for that. You can put a date as well. So each day has a topic, it has a quote, and has a question that's going to prompt your writing. And you might ask me, why did I publish a journal before the book? And I would say it was just coincidental. I wrote the book. I felt like I needed more time to kind of concretize the book, but I felt like what I had written then was good enough for a journal and to help people bring clarity. Because what I needed most when I started my business was clarity. What I lacked most was focus. And what is my business about? What am I about? What is my purpose in life? Because I don't want my business to be something for just to make money. I wanted it to have purpose and meaning. And that was the hardest part for me was, what is that meaning about? So journaling and writing is a big way for me to get clarity. And I felt like if this has really helped me, maybe it will help someone else. So before even publishing the book, I decided to bring out the journal so that anyone who is suffering from lack of clarity, particularly if you're new in business, this journal is a friend because it's going to help you and guide you through daily simple steps that you can use in order to gain clarity. So my book is all about taking one step at a time. Is a 40-day process because I believe that if you do something for 40 days, you will start to change your life. And every day you have a quote, you have a thought from me. I write a few paragraphs of what I think about that, and you have a practice. You have a practice. The practice could be affirmation. It could be I invite you to journal, to write. I can invite you to go take a walk. So I will invite you to do something in order to concretize what you read today. So that it's not just about you reading something. Oh yeah, nice. But you do something about what you read today. And then there's also a portion in the book where you can write down your thoughts as well. Because I believe that sometimes when you read, you get ideas, and it's nice to just write it on the side. And some books don't have it. So I thought it would be nice. So the book has like three parts. The first part has a daily quote. You have a bit of a thought from me. Then you have your practice. They have a section where you can write your thoughts. And that is, yeah, so I'm excited. It's coming up, guys. And so watch the space. I'm excited for when I finally eventually launch it. It's called Beyond Limits, Daily Wisdom for a Fulfilling Life.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Mm.
Thank you for sharing that. Who were you before you started writing the book, and who were you after you completed?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I wrote this book I would say this book came to me in the darkest times of my life. When I was not only confused, but I was broke and broken in every way of it. Right. I was at the rock bottom of my life, but I was even contemplating suicide. Like, what is the purpose of my life? This life is meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. The things that I desire aren't happening. My life is getting worse and worse every day. And I'm praying, I'm doing the stuff that other people say work. It's worked for them, but it's not working for me. What is it with me that is not working? I was at that stage of really giving up when this book came to me. And this book came to me because at that time, I had gotten a part-time job working with this particular coach. And he was he had just written his new book. He was in the process of launching his new book, and just working with him every day, something in me felt like, oh my God, if he can write a book, I can write a book too. And at the same time, I was reading this book from Barbara, and it was called The Universal something. There's a book about the universal something. I need to find it. And it was really allowing yourself, allowing the universe to use you. So when I say I didn't write this book came to me, that's what happened. So interestingly, before that, every day I'll always journal. Every day in my morning routine, I'll always journal. In that particular period, the universe told me, I got her, my guide that speaks to me. She told me, why don't you turn everything we tell you every day into a book? I was like, what? Really? And I have stacks of books. After doing many every day, I have stacks of books. And before that, she had told me everything we're telling you every day will become a book. And that was many years ago. But this particular time, she was like, for the next 40 days, every day, we're going to give you one topic and we're going to inspire you to write on that topic. So for 40 days, before my journey was really more of what is happening to me on the day and what they tell me for that day. And it's usually like a paragraph or two. But when I decided like, oh, if this person can write a book, I also want to write a book. And they said for the next 30 days, we're going to give you one topic and you're going to write about it. So in the morning, after doing my meditation and getting ready, when I pick my pen to write, all the words they just free flow to me. These are the messages that they give me on a daily basis. So this book really came to me, you know. So for the next 40 days, I'll just write. And it's after the 40 days that I look back and it's like, oh, the first day talked about possibilities. The second day talked about the secret, the mind, and how your mind is important. The third day talked about, do you believe it? And that's how I kind of reverse engineer and start giving titles to them. But these are just daily thoughts that, my guide just gave me, and just it flew through me while doing my meditation. But it was also because I decided to write the book. I told her I wanted to write a book, and then they inspired me to write that. So that's actually what happened. And if you ask me why, one was because at that time in my life, things were not working, and I felt like if I'm able to write a book, I will feel a little bit of sense of, oh, actually, at least something is working. I needed to hold on to hope, to something small. Like, I feel like if I can write a book, even if I don't publish it, it will give me an element of self-worth, or an element of, at least there's one thing working for me in my life, and I needed to hold on to hope on that stage. And I think that is why I wrote this book. This book is really for me. And after the 40 days, I found that this was so beautiful. Then I decided to kind of, polish it, make it look nice, everything, and bring it out to the world. And I hope that when it really comes out, it helps someone, because this really changed my life. And when you ask me, how did it actually change my life? It was there that the thought of, okay, outside, so many things are going wrong, not to say everything was going wrong at the time, but it's never everything, because at least I had my health. So I'm grateful for that. Right. But being able to write a book is a testament to myself that I am worth it. I can do something. I can still have an element of control. I can decide the kind of life I want to live. So I think that was my desire to really write this book.
Thank you so much for sharing this, because I feel so aligned. Like, for me, writing any book I have written was transformation for myself first, and then whoever reads it or not, they feel aligned, but that's not the point. It's always
Yeah.
that connection to self, and what you
Yes.
said exactly, to the universe, to
Yes.
the power to that flows through all of us. We just
Yes.
sometimes don't want to allow it, right?
Yeah.
Don't want to let it, and then it's surrender. And that is a beautiful reflection on what you were saying at the beginning with your business as well. Just allow what wants to come through to
And
happen.
that is the most difficult part, by the way, guys. It's not easy. To allow is not easy. Sometimes you really have to hit rock bottom. And I feel like the there is a purpose to your suffering or you experiencing suffering. There's a purpose for you hitting rock bottom, for you having your back to the wall. There's a purpose for that because at that point, there's nothing else to hold on to. And then
Mhm.
when you allow yourself, that is when the universe takes over and
Mhm.
just flows through you. You know, sometimes I say I tell myself that I must have been a hard nut to crack because I had to really hit rock bottom, like really bottom for me to allow the universe to do its work. And I'm grateful that I did, but I promised myself that I would never ever allow myself to hit rock bottom before allowing the universe. So every day I train myself, consciously train myself to listen to the universe, to hear the universe, to align with the universe so that I don't have to hit rock bottom to hear what she has to say ever again.
There was one practice you would recommend to our listeners, anyone who is starting, think someone who is starting, what would that be to listen to the universe?
I mean, it's the simplest way to start from, I would say, is journaling. Journaling your feelings because your feelings are the gateways of the universe to speak with you. Now, many these days we suffer from what are our real feelings and fake feelings, right? Obviously, there's so many noise out there. How do you identify that what you're feeling now is actually from the universe, or what you're even thinking now is from the universe? I would say having a morning routine. Having a morning routine is so important. And someone might say, oh, why not an evening routine? That's fine if that works for you. Morning routines work for me because it sets the tone for the day for
Mm.
me. So it works for me. So I always recommend having a practice you do every single day when you wake up that sets you up for success. And for me, it's a combination of 7 things, right? And I do my meditation. Meditation is important for me. I do I call it segment intended, my setting my intention. How do I want my day to be? What is it? And I can do that through words or through imagination. Visualization is also another one that I do. You know, journaling is a big one. Affirmation is a big one. Exercise, moving your body is important. You don't have to do like a big 10 minutes, really, really good exercise is a good one, right? And one thing I also do that really helped me is I send blessings to people that I'm going to meet during the day. You know, I pray for people as well, people that I'm going to meet during this day, people that are going to support me on my journey. I send them lots of blessings, you
Mm.
know, and prayer. So these are things that help me. But one thing is if you're going to get only one thing, when you wake up in the morning, connect to the source that is you because everybody can connect to it. Whether you call it prayer, meditation, whatever you call it, chanting, affirmation, always connect to the source that is you because when you sleep and you wake up, that is the easiest point that you can connect to it because when you sleep, all of your senses are asleep. So all the noise goes down. And when you wake up, you know, I think they said the first 5 or 10 minutes when you wake up, you're still like in alpha mode. And that is easier for you to connect to your divine source from that point. So the one thing I would say is, however that looks like for you, when you wake up in the morning, connect to that part of you that is beyond the physical. That
Mm.
is the first point. To be successful at anything, you've got to take out the noise and realize who you really are. That'll
Mm.
be the first thing I would say.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Alun, so, so much. This was
Mm.
such a nourishing and inspiring conversation. I
Yeah.
do have 3 rapid fire questions for you.
Yes, yes.
Shall we get on?
That's right.
So, first one, if there was one book apart from yours that you
Yes.
would put into a school curriculum for everyone to read, what would that book be?
That is easy. It's called Conversations with God. And it's at volume 1, 2, 3, and this fourth one has come. I think that book, every child needs to read Conversations with God, the compendium. Yes, I would say that would be the first book. If I have to put any book into the curriculum, Conversations with God, book 1, 2, 3, and 4 by
Love it.
Neil Donald Walsh, my favorite author in
He's
the world.
amazing.
I love him.
I know. I
I
know.
love Neil. Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank
Mm.
you. If you had 1 month to live,
Yes.
what would be something you would do
Mm.
that month?
This is so good. This is so good. If I only had 1 month to live, I'll spend it with my mom.
Mm.
I'll celebrate her birthday. I would take a walk with her. Yeah, and it might sound really simple. For me, I say I'll spend with my mom because since I was 2 years old, I haven't lived with my mom. I don't even remember living with her. She and my dad separated, and for some reason, I went with my dad. So I didn't see my mom for 12 years of my life.
Mm.
At some point, I couldn't even remember her face, from 2 years old to when I was about 14. That's the next time I saw her. And even to now, there were lots of moments that haven't been recovered. She's never celebrated my birthday. I've never celebrated her birthday with her because we're just never in the same place, never in the same space. So I feel like if I only had 1 month to live, I would like to make up for those moments, celebrate my birthday when she's there, celebrate her birthday, going out and take a walk with her. I don't remember even ever taking a walk with her, right? Like I don't even remember sitting down at the table and having a good meal with her ever,
Mm.
right? And having those moments. If I only had 30 days to live, I'd like to spend with my mom and just be in her presence, not having to do much, just living the day-to-day simple life and seeing her just
Mm.
live her life. Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
One word to sum up our session today. What would that be?
Ah, one word, one word for today. I would say do whatever you can to believe in yourself.
Mm.
Do whatever you can. That even makes me teary.
Mm.
Do whatever you can to believe in yourself because the, the only thing you're really fighting against is yourself. Is that part of yourself that doesn't believe in itself, that lower part of yourself that keeps pulling you back. I keep saying that we human beings keep shooting ourselves in the foot, and it's those limiting beliefs that's pushing you back. And those self-doubt, those lack of self-worth, those lack of confidence. I would say if you're ever going to do anything that really worth it in your life is believe in yourself. Do what it takes to believe in yourself. If you have to, if you have to do all the meditations in the world, if you have to jog, run, if you have to go to all the seminars in the world to improve your self-worth and self-confidence and believe in yourself, do it.
Mm.
Because that is where your life really comes from your self-worth. So do whatever you can to believe in yourself. That's what I'm gonna say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
everybody.
much. Thank you. And we will, of course, link to all the places where people can find you. And yeah.
Yes, guys, if you ever want to play, just connect with me. And it's anything with me is all about authenticity. It's about being real and raw. Life is not always rosy, but there's always something good in the dark. And I really believe in the yin and yang. There's always the white in the dark. And of course, when everything is nice and rosy, there's always something else there that has come not to hurt us, but to push us and to help us to grow. And it all depends on how you see it. Life is about perspective. So I'm excited to play with you in all the different spaces. I love you all. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Lou. I love you too. Thank you for
Thank you.
sharing yourself and your magic with us.